right, and welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, from Legends here in Boardman. It's the South Range Show with Dan Yeagley. Everybody give it up. That's me. There we go. Coach, an unbelievable week this week. Obviously, when you're talking about South Range and Girard, there was a lot of people with a lot of eyes on this game. And you guys showed up. You showed out after a great week of practice, a big-time win. You're talking about 40-some points, I believe, 56-14, something like that.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah. When you're thinking about stuff like that, talk about your boys and how they performed in a big-time setting, a big-time matchup in front of thousands and thousands of people.
Well, going into this game, we knew it was going to be a big game. Both undefeated. Two good programs going at it, and anything could happen. And our kids rose to the occasion. They really did. Very proud of our kids. Very proud of how they played. They took the challenge, and the challenge was, okay, we're going to compete at this high level against a very good program. We got to come ready to play. And from the opening kickoff on, they came ready to play. And like I said, I'm very proud of the kids. I'm very proud of my coaches for getting the game plan ready and getting everything in order and being able to play at such a high level against Girard.
I was just going to say, offense, defense, special teams, that's kind of your recipe for success. Everybody was on point. Everybody was on par. The team showed up on every single phase of the game. When you're thinking about that, I mean, you guys had an exhausting week of practice, 2 exhausting week of practices to lead up to that. What goes into that? I mean, people see what the final product is on a Friday night, but what goes into that from top to bottom?
Well, we practice long. I mean, we do, and we get a lot done. But we start at 3:00 and we end at 6:30, and we have a lot of work to get done in those different times. And Monday's more or less our heavy lifting day and our install day, installed the offense, installed defense, special teams day, and heavy lifting and film. We watch like this week we're watching Niles. Then Tuesday's our defensive day. We come out on Tuesday and do individual defense, team defense, team offense, special teams, and then it's another film day at the end. I mean, we watch our film, our practice film. Wednesday's our offensive day. Come in on Wednesday, again, starting at 3:00. We'll go ahead and do individual offense, team offense, situational offense, team defense, special teams, and we'll do some watch some film again, and also a lifting day. Wednesday's also another lifting day for us, and then more film time. Thursday's game prep. I mean, we still go out in full gear. We still get after it on Thursday. It's not an off day. It's a go through all our specials, make sure they're all sound. Go through our offense, go through our defense. Go through situations, Hail Marys, taking a knee, goal line O, goal line D, take care of everything that we did all week. And, again, just tuning things up, make sure that we're ready for Friday night, going through the game plan in our heads, make sure our kids know. And then team feed by our great moms. Our moms do a great job team feeding us and do that at the end of Thursday night practice and, get our uniforms, get our bags, and ready to go. So it's a long week.
I was going to say, there's a lot that goes into that.
We didn't even throw in Saturday and Sunday, but that's all right. But it's fun. I mean, we get to hang around with these great kids and my great coaches, and it's wonderful. And, it's all preparing. It's pretty set in stone what we do, and we've been doing it that way for a long time.
And what can come along to change that? I mean, obviously Saturday games or Thursday games kind of shake that up a little bit, but when you get into that routine after so many years, it's tough to kind of shake it up, right?
We don't shake it up very much.
I was going to say.
That's, it's pretty much our kids know. I mean, our kids could write up the practice schedule.
Yeah.
Because we don't waver very much, and it's pretty set in stone. Saturday game does change things a little bit here and there. Thursday night game messed us up a little bit week 1, and didn't like it, so I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. But, just things – we want to stay in a routine. We don't want the kids to worry about practice, think about practice. We want them to come out and practice hard and practice fast. That's what we want. And when then they know exactly what's going to happen. We may change a little bit here or there sometimes because of soccer games to being at home. Might have to get pushed off into the grass a little bit or vice versa, whatever happens. But the kids know, and the kids come ready to practice, come ready to play, and they know mentally what they had to do for the next day, and they're ready to go. which
So
is nice.
3 weeks into the NE8 schedule, which is a grind. When you guys think about, what lies ahead the next 4 weeks, obviously Niles is the Gator closest to the boat, but health-wise, I mean, it's always a grind this time of year. But we talked about the weather from a standpoint of we've had pretty good weather so far this year. This week, the first kind of adverse rain and cold and the first cold of the year. Do the kids adjust well to that? I mean, we saw some blowouts on Friday and Saturday from that standpoint. Some kids don't adjust really well. How do you prepare your kids for that mind shift? It sounds silly, but you really have to kind of get them aggressive.
We, yesterday we got that nice cold sideways rain. It was cold outside, and we went through our normal play. We did everything we needed to do, and we actually got off early, which was sort of strange, but we could do some things on the board. We got them out of the rain. We're fighting a little bit of sickness here and there and everything else, and we're trying to stay healthy. So we took them in. We still got a couple hours of practice in. Took them in, did some things on the board. Monday's our heavy lifting day, so we got a good hour in the weight room, which was good, and then watched a little bit of Niles film. But we can adjust a little bit there. We don't want to get the kids sick at this point. Here we are, week 7, believe it or not,
right?
Crazy, and trying to keep the kids healthy. We do have some bumps and bruises. We got a couple kids injured, and we got a couple kids operated on last week, which was crazy. And but right now we're pretty healthy and trying to stay that way. Today we got rained on a little bit. The worst thing that happened with the rain today was we had to take the drone down, so we couldn't film practice. It doesn't handle electricity, and rain doesn't handle don't mesh together very well. But we got about 25 plays in on film, so we were able to come in and watch those defensive film. Got to get to watch some of that, and it worked out pretty good. We got to do some special team stuff. We did that on the board because we needed a little bit more board time anyhow. So worked out pretty good. And, we got a good conditioning day in today. We didn't get conditioning in yesterday, but we got our lifting in yesterday, good conditioning in today. Looking forward to a nice day tomorrow for a good offensive practice and some more conditioning and some more film time.
So I guess a big question I have is how have things changed, how you handle sickness, illness, whatever, since COVID, because everybody kind of looks at it and goes, COVID. Like you're still allowed to get sick, from that standpoint. How have you changed how you guys have to handle things with, since 2020?
Well, the kids know if they're sick, stay home.
Gotcha.
I mean, we have to. I mean, we just can't afford to have it go through a locker room. We have really strange situations, something we're going to have to deal with in the off season. We have 54 lockers and 68 kids or whatever. So we have double kids in lockers. We have kids sitting on benches and dressing benches. And, it's very cramped in there.
Yep.
And the kids know. I mean, that's if you're not feeling good, stay home or stay away, isolate yourself, do whatever. But tell them to take care of themselves. They have to, get lots of fluids in them, hydrate like crazy, and, make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're getting your homework done, overemphasize homework, get that done. And, and make sure you're just, like I said, taking care of ourselves. Luckily, the kids go home to good families, and their parents are wonderful, and they're taking care of their kids there too, which is a big help on our part.
We're going to catch up on some of these comments right here. Greg Econyak, Chase Ecognac's dad, the great receiver from Struthers, says they are impressive. Just a great program. We also have Dominic saying Raider pride. Yes. So awesome to see. And
go Raiders.
Yeah,
for sure.
Always, right? Let's talk about this Niles team, a team that probably at this point people look at on paper and count them out. But this is the NE8. We talked about it already. You guys can't look past anybody. We saw that with Struthers. Even though Struthers is a great team, there's not a bad team in this conference. How do you keep the kids motivated coming off a big win going against a team in Niles that, most people are going to sit there and go, no, this would be an easy win?
Well, we know any given night anybody could beat anybody.
Yes,
I mean, we see it on Saturdays. We see it on Sundays. You see it on Friday nights. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So we had to come in prepared. Plus, we're really trying to improve ourselves. So that was more of a point of emphasis. Beating Girard last week was a huge win for us and a huge win for the program. But, we got to continue improving. We got to continue making South Range better and making the Raiders better. And, there's some points of emphasis that our special teams have to get better, even though they look really impressive on Friday night. There's still some things that we got to improve on. And so we're going to improve there. We got to improve on just tackling. We got to work on tackling a little bit more. Missed a couple tackles here and there that I think we could have made if we were in the right position. So working on our footwork a little bit more, and missed some blocking assignments. We're working on that too. So there's a lot of little things that we got to improve on. And Niles is a very good team. They've been hitting with the injury bug a little bit too.
Yep.
They got a couple linemen back last week, which was a huge
Boost,
plus for them. Huge plus for them. The Garner boy, my God, Antoine, he's good.
Outstanding.
And broken hand, got his pins out last week. He may come back this week. He may not. May have to wait another week. But right there, just putting him in the ball game makes a huge difference too. So they're if they get healthy and get everybody out, they can beat anybody. They really can. And Coach Perry, does a great job, and he's been around a long time, and he's got a nice veteran staff with him. I really think that here this week, the next week, to end out the NE8, to end out the regular season, they're a force to be reckoned with. They really are, and especially if they get healthy right now, because like I said, they are just one or two kids getting back to being a phenomenal team and being a contender, actually.
You talked about special teams a little bit. I want to bring up kind of a two-sided coin here.
Yeah.
On one side, you got a young man who's sitting somewhere over there with his friends.
Over there, yes.
In Luke Starkey, a devastating injury, ended his season way before it should have. Talk about what he means to this team, not just when he suits up, but for him to be part of this with his brother, his senior year, what he means to this team and why it's so important for him to be able to keep garnering that letter, so to speak, in the classroom, in the weight room, in every way possible, almost becoming a coach like Levi did his senior year.
The Starkey family is all about family. They really are. You talk about Jake, he was probably more devastated when Luke got hurt than Luke was at that moment, because he cares a lot about his little brother and little brothers, I should say, because there's more than one. But he is Jake's a phenomenal big brother and a great football player and everything else. And Luke is, following his footsteps. He's good. He's another great football player. And, kicking wise, what he did for us last year was unbelievable. Put himself in the record book as a freshman kicking, and the injury was tough. And it was something that, crazy things happen. It's a brutal sport, and we get injuries all the time. And, look at, what happened with Gerard's quarterback and everything else. So, it's a physical ball game. And unfortunately, he got hurt. He got surgery last week. He's been at practice every day since then. He took a couple days off, obviously, because he was in a lot of pain. But, he's been back at practice, getting back into the classroom this week, which is awesome. He is such a great young man. And, he's there. He's helped. He's quiet, but he helps.
No, not a Starkey. They're not quiet.
Just wait. Just wait. He's like I said, he's a phenomenal young man, and he's always there helping. And Logan's learning. He really is. And, using all Luke's knowledge we can to help him out. And, like I said, Luke's going to be back. He's only a sophomore. We're going to give him back the next 2 years. And he's going to be a phenomenal ball player, offensively, defensively, and special teams, because, like I said, what he did for us last year and this year to get us where we're at now is unbelievable. And, I'm just, like I said, I'm very proud of those young men, and very proud of the Starkey family. Luckily they moved into our district, and that was a huge plus for us as soon as they did.
Well, so. You'll benefit from the younger one too.
Oh, I know.
To me, that's the best one, the superstar. He can talk. He can talk.
They're fun.
Logan Butcher, we had a chance to talk to him today. Anthony sat down with him a little bit. Soccer player, as well as obviously your kicker.
Yes.
One of the most humble young men you'll ever meet, grounded in faith, grounded in God, grounded in, just being out there. Big moments. Kickers can be put in some really, really big moments. And this young man, he even said, I'm a second string kicker. He still kind of counts himself as that, but you're counting on him to step in. And like you said, Luke is teaching him a little bit. What does it mean to have kind of the embarrassment of riches, I guess, to have an opportunity? Because usually when a kicker goes out in most teams, a kicker's gone. Like you're going for 2 the rest of the year.
It's hard. And, we've been blessed. Logan decided he wanted to come out last spring. He said, Coach, I really want to come out. And I said, we have Luke there, and he said, I know. He said, I want to be part of a program. He
That's
said, I
awesome.
want to be part of your program. And, luckily, he came and he worked, he kicked. He's improved so much from April when he started kicking, April and May and June and July. He's improved so much. And some of it's repetition. Some of it's just being around. Some of it's Luke. Some of it's, just working with the other coaches. And he's just, he loves being part of a program, loves being part of the soccer program, loves being part of our program, having lots of fun. And, his time was called, and, he stepped up and did really well. We talked as coaches. We didn't want his first kick to be an extra point. So that's why we kicked off first. We deferred and had him kick off first, and did a great job there. Did some great job on his extra points. We had a couple bad snaps and a couple little things here and there, but guess what? It didn't get him down. He understood that his role is to get it through the uprights, and he's done a great job for us. And, I'm looking forward to big things the rest of the year out of him. And, we're blessed. I told you a long time ago, I've been blessed here at South Range to be surrounded by great community, great players, great coaches. And, he's just another one in the waiting, and he's done a great job for us. I'm very proud of him. Very proud of what he's done for us.
Speaking of blessed, you got three guys here that are pretty good. I mean, when you're talking about Jake Starkey, you're talking about Aiden Leon, you're talking about Shane Lindstrom.
I mean, almost 300 yards of offense coming in here from last week.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just unbelievable. I mean, just fun.
When you look at those guys, I mean, do they surprise you as much as they surprise me in the press box every single week with the things that they, especially when you're talking about the catch last week by Aiden, or the flip by Shane, or some of the things that Jake can do, literally just right across the crossing Billy's face. Do you ever sit back and just go, wow?
I see it every day in practice. So the fun thing is they're good practice players.
Yeah.
All three of them are great practice players. And if they're not on offense, they're on defense. If they're not on defense, they're on offense. They're always in. They're always involved. They're always around the ball. They want to make themselves better. So, it doesn't surprise me. Anything that happens out of those guys is doesn't surprise me at all. And, like I said, even, come back to Jake, when Luke got hurt and Luke was in the mix at linebacker and doing this and that, we moved Jake to inside linebacker, from outside linebacker to inside linebacker, because that was the need we needed at that point. And, he opened it, he took it with open arms and said, yes, please. And, he's made the team better because of that move. He's made himself better. He offensively, defensively. I mean, he just made himself, and that was a very unselfish thing that he did. So I'm very, very proud of Jake and what he's done in these last couple of weeks. And like I said, he did everything to make the team better, and thankful for him. Shane. Shane,
where do you start?
I don't know. I mean, the things he does is just, sit back and go, okay. It doesn't surprise me. Whatever. And even when he flipped over the kid up at university, and guess what? That doesn't surprise me. I mean, it didn't surprise me. I've seen him do flips before, and, but why not? And his catches and everything else, his punt return last week was phenomenal. What a way, didn't even touch the ball, and we're up 7-0 offensively. And, when they went 3 and out, then we get another 3 and out, and then we scored to Jake on a 70-yard touchdown pass. We're up, we ran one play and we're winning 13-0. And just crazy how these guys performed. And, Aiden, just, a phenomenal athlete. Just all three of them phenomenal athletes. And, he does that in practice. He mosses the guys. It's no surprise. And, to see it in a game, get it on film, that's even better. And that's him. Just like I said, he does it to get to our varsity defense. When he's not playing defense, he's over on offense, scout offense, and he's trying to, make our defensive backs better. And, he's always out there giving it his all, and it's fun. Those guys are everybody's dream, whether they're practice players, game players, whatever. Those three are phenomenal. Like you said, you just brought in 300 yards of offense for us, to talk to tonight from last week, not for the year, from just last week, which is pretty amazing.
We didn't set it up like that, I promise you. That's not how we did it. I don't know what I'm more impressed with, the recall of all that, or the fact that you called out the lingo of mossing somebody.
Well, it happens all the time. It happens.
Sure, I'm sure it does. You got to practice that stuff to be able to play it in a game, right?
And he does. He practices it in practice
incredible.
all the time against our varsity, of course, and and even the scout team. I mean, it's fun. And those guys, like I said, are a lot of fun, and they're great players and great young men. Beyond that, you'll see when you talk to them, they're great young men, and just heck with football. They're great young men.
Collectively, yes. And I don't want to put the cart before the horse. We still got a lot of football to be played, but when those three men leave your program, what are you going to miss most about them?
I'm going to miss, as a coach, I can say productivity. I mean, what they do offensively, defensively, it's hard to replace somebody like that. But I'm going to miss them just because they're a lot of fun. I mean, they're fun to have around. They're fun to have in practice. They're leaders, leaders offensively, leaders defensively. They're leaders in the locker room. They're leaders on the field. They're leaders Friday night. I mean, they're always there. They're there to make the team better. It's not about them. They'll tell you that. It's all about the team. They're there. And, just like tonight, Shane was out working with Gavin Nagy. And, again, why is he working with the younger classmen? He's making the team better.
Yep.
I mean, he's making the program better. And that's huge. And what they do, like I said, what they do is it's all about the team and the program. It's not about them. Their highlights are unbelievable. I mean, they can make it about themselves anytime they want, but they don't. They make it about the team. They make it about the program. And that's why we are where we're at now, is because of their thoughts about the team and the program and making us better as a team.
Coach, I got to give you this last question, and I take this one personally because the power rankings come out on Monday, and I don't know, some team from Canfield is at the top of it, and they're wearing burgundy and gold. I've been waiting all season for that moment. I'm just letting you know the votes came in. I smiled like a kid on Christmas morning.
How many votes do you get?
I get one. I get one vote, and it's one of those things. Like, as soon as it came out, it was South Range on top. Austintown Fitch is right below, and people are like, oh, Yoakley got at it again. He's homering this thing. I couldn't be more proud, because the reason we put these power rankings together, it's for the kids, right? They love when this stuff happens. There's some bragging rights on the line, naturally, but to be one of the few teams left that's undefeated. I mean, it's you, it's Lowellville, Valley Christian, and I'm trying to think, Southern and Edison in the YSN family. Mm-hmm. That's got to mean something to you guys to look up and down. And it's not like you guys play a cakewalk schedule. You're playing teams that are bigger than you almost every week. What's that mean to you? Not necessarily the power rankings, but that your kids show up and they are shining bright in this valley.
I want to thank YSN for all you do and supporting South Range and all these schools. And it's so awesome what you do. It's an honor being thought of by YSN. The kids have worked their butts off to get to where we are, and they know they have to continue working hard week in and week out, and because there's 4 tough teams left. Yep. And Niles is, like we talked about, is very, very good, and we got the other 3 we'll talk about later, because I can't think beyond one game at a time. But to get the recognition that these kids have, they deserve it. They really do. I know all the teams deserve it and everything else, but these kids work so hard, and it's great seeing them get the recognition that I feel they deserve, just because I know how hard they work. There are some great teams left undefeated. And like I said, if Fitch was number 1, or Lowellville was number 1, or Southern was number 1, or Edison was number, I would be happy for them too, because guess what? They've earned that right also. And like I said, Fitch is a phenomenal team. They just ran into a buzzsaw last week, and Canfield's another phenomenal team. And those, I know they've been up in your power rankings, up there high. And to be honest with you, I don't look at your power
I knew
rankings.
it. I was surprised you said that.
I don't look at them, so because I worry about the 65 guys, 68 kids.
Do you look at the computer rankings?
You know what? I do, just because Joe Attell's a mathematician out of Worcester. So I talked to him. I've talked to him in the past because, just out of curiosity, his algorithm and everything else. But,
I can't imagine that conversation. I just can't.
No, I do look at the computer rankings. I do look at them mainly because of you always got. I don't look ahead, but you always got to start thinking. You got to start thinking about this time and just seeing what's out there. Who else is coming up? Who else is doing well? Edison is a great program,
Wow.
and they're sneaking up.
Yep.
They're right there, and there's a good chance they're going to end up 10-0 because of, again, they're a very good program, very well coached. And I'm happy for them, actually. Yep. Happy for him. I see him at the Quad County meetings. I talk to them, and he's done his work. He's done his homework, and to get them where they're going, and very happy for them. And but you got to start looking just a little bit and see what's going on. And it's curious. You got Perry. I mean, Perry and Kirtland this week. I mean, what a game!
Yeah,
if I wasn't busy, I'd probably go watch it. I mean, that should be a great game, and little things like that. So and I get Malgador, I know that I talk to him on a regular basis, and they got University School this week.
Yeah.
So another undefeated. Moggy's undefeated, and they're playing University this week, whose only losses to us, and they're playing very well. So I look at computer rankings just because, again, I'm more fascinated with the numbers than I am than the actual rankings. I'm more worried about that kind of stuff. And
you have to know where you're at too. I mean, I know that was the worst grammar ever. My wife will kill me for it, but you have to know where you are.
I thought it was good. No, I mean, yeah, and you do, and you're always looking ahead, and you start talking to coaches, and sometimes a film or something like that. Sometimes you might need a film, or somebody's looking for a film. What you got to trade, and so you're always looking. But I'm just, it's fun. Computers, we know that things work well. We're going to be sitting pretty good. Maybe a couple home games, but right now the only home game we're worried about is
Niles.
That's
right, Coach. Thank you.
And as you said many times, and I talked to the kids today about this. I know I'm running a little bit late.
No, you're fine.
That last team to beat us in the NE8.
I know. I wasn't going to bring it up.
You brought it up.
Well,
before.
Technically, it was last week.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to bring it up this week because I'm not trying to spread that juju. I mean, there's plenty of food. We don't need any
revenge
juju.
Or something. I don't know.
But is that in the back of your mind at all?
Well, you know what? We talked about it today because, us as coaches have been talking about it mainly because we were ahead at halftime. And they came out in a different package and pounded at us the second half and tied it up and then went into overtime and got us in overtime. We got to be prepared for something like that.
Yeah.
And nobody's lined up and said, hey, we're going to come and pound at you. We know that's coming up down the road a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And we know Hubbard will try it. We know that, Jefferson will spread us out.
I'll say they're 5 wide, right?
Yeah. Other people will spread us out a little bit. Niles could pound at us, and it's the same staff. I mean, they say, "Hey, it worked once. Let's do it again." Especially if they get the Gardner kid back, and so we got to prepare for that. So we're preparing. Like I said, we're making South Range better, and the reason why they beat us was because they came up with a good plan that second half to overcompensate for what we were doing and caught us off guard, and we can't let that happen again.
I was just going to ask, is it better to see a team like that now? Because the name we keep hearing is Garraway, and we know what they can do with the football. Do you like to see that, going into knowing what your guys can do, or would you rather prep on your own and practice?
We're gonna prep. Like I said, we're trying to make South Range better right now, and luckily we got young men like these guys that you're going to be talking to later that are making South Range better day in and day out. So we're preparing right now, and we're preparing for what could happen, what may happen. But either way, we're making South Range better right now, and that's what we have to do. Because, like I said, I'm not happy with everything going on right now. I mean, we're not as consistent as I like to be, and like I said, there's still some parts of things going on that people can hurt us with that we got to make sure we're ready and not caught by surprise. So again, we're trying to make South Range better, and it's easy when we got players like these running around.
Can I ask one more question?
Oh, sure.
Just between us, there's nobody watching.
No,
nobody's going to see this
right there. Not Kelly.
So You say, I'm not happy. There's stuff we can work on. Will there ever be a time, as a coach to a journalist, will there ever be a time other than if you're standing with a state championship in your hand that you're going to say, I'm happy with everything? Again, nobody's watching.
Probably not.
See, I do it.
Just because you can always
get better.
You can always get better. We're trying to improve day in and day out, and that's why we watch film. State limits on how much contact time we can have and everything else, and we're trying to improve. Just like today, we had our second team tackle, which is very good, by the way, reach our first team defensive end on a stretch play. Well, guess what? That's not acceptable. We can't have that happen. And little things like that, the things that we got to improve on. That was only one play. He did good on the other 24 plays. He did bad on one play. Well, guess what? We got to improve on that one play. We can't let that happen. That could be 6 points. And
difference in a game.
Yeah, difference in a ball game. So we are constantly trying to get better ourselves, like I said, and trying to improve. And, yes, I'm satisfied with our record right now. We're undefeated. I'm satisfied with that. But there's a lot of things that we need to improve on and get better at. And as coaches also, we're trying to improve ourselves. In February, we're going to be at the clinic learning, and, we're going to continue getting better because we got to get better. We got to improve ourselves also.
Incredible.
We can't be satisfied where we're at. Also.
That's why you're one of the best.
I don't know about that.
I
surround myself with great people that are always trying to get better too. And I'm lucky for that.
My guy forever. Dan Yeagley, thanks again for taking so much time for us today. These people love you, and so do we.
Thank you,
Coach Yeagley. We'll be back with Shane Lindstrom right after this.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online.
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
And on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
As fine as the eye can see, the finest hardwoods from the finest trees. Made for your home and within your means, Baird Brothers will help fulfill your dreams. Let life and light come shining through in quiet morns. And heavy traffic, too. Find your easy-to-afford fine hardwood floors and doors and more at BairdBrothers.com.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Legends here in Boardman. We are joined by, well, he's a circus freak, basically. He is Shane Lindstrom, the guy who anything is possible when the ball is going to you or the ball is in your hands. Shane, I want to run this clip, but before I run this clip, can you just talk about, this is the first time you've gone, I think, live on any platform since you made the catch and what we're calling the flip. Now, you've corrected me since, and it's a tuck. What is the official name of what you did that we call the flip?
Official name would be a front flip or a front, like a tuck, like you said. But, yeah, I'd just say a front flip. It was kind of like sideways, kind of like a side flip, but it was just, I'd just say front flip.
How long did it take you to think about that before? That had to be a split-second decision. Or did you, was he showcasing something that you just decided, hey, I'm going to do a flip over you?
Well, like I was running, and he did a good job of like not like over pursuing where I could cut back, and like I couldn't like keep going straight. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna jump. So I didn't plan on flipping over him, but like I go to jump, and I kind of forgot to like bring my feet up to like hurdle him.
Because that's easy to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then like he kind of like hit my leg a little, and I started to rotate. And I was like, well, I don't want to land on my head, so I'm gonna tuck my legs and flip over him. And then I landed, and I just started running again. It just happened.
I'm speechless still. Like, have you ever practiced that in practice, or is that just something that you just your muscle memory?
Yeah, it was more muscle memory. Like I haven't flipped over someone in practice, but I mean, all those years in gymnastics kind of just still in my head.
So naturally, from that standpoint, have you ever thought about it again? Like, is it one of those things where you're like, you're watching film, I could have flipped over that guy?
I mean, yeah, but no, like in my head, like obviously I'm gonna say, oh, I could have done a front flip over him, but like realistically, I'll just stick to the hurdle.
I was going to say your humility is unbelievable, because if I would have, first off, I would have been tragically hurt if I ever tried anything like that. Landing on my feet would be the least thing I'd be concerned about. Landing, not breaking my neck from that standpoint. I think everybody in the crowd was just like, whoa, that we would never be able to do that ourselves. But as a competitor, I mean, you found more than one time this season, I'm talking probably counting on both hands, making something out of nothing. I mean, what is it about your game that you take a 5-yard loss and it turns into a 58-yard touchdown?
I mean, I don't know. I just, when like I have the ball, like I obviously just try to make the most of it. And, you know, I'm given great opportunities by, you know, coach and like the players
Sure.
who are doing their job. And, you know, they have the trust in me to, you know, make a play, and I have the trust in them when they have the ball, you know, to make a play. So I don't know. I just say like my mindset, like to obviously like not go down and just like try to make the most of it kind of obviously helps.
Now, I got to tell you, you are a broadcaster's dream, and you're not going to, and it's not for the calls. It's because two things: the gloves you wear.
Oh, yeah.
We always know where Shane Lindstrom is because he's got the red gloves. Talk to me about why the red gloves. I know why. We talked about it before, but tell everybody why you wear the red gloves and who inspired that.
Well, first things first, I'm a Patriots fan, lifelong Patriots fan. All right, I'm not a bandwagon. I was born in Boston.
But wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so you're born in Boston. I was going to say lifelong Patriots fan just happens to be when they were at the height of everything.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. I was
surprise.
I was quite fortunate. Like, you know, my dad was just saying he's been a Patriots fan because he grew up in
Now,
Boston.
I feel for him.
Yeah.
For you, I'm kind of like,
he was a Patriots fan when they weren't what they are. So, yeah. So, basically, you know, I'm a Patriots fan.
Gotcha.
You know, watching, you know, Wes Welker. But it was mainly Julian Edelman for me. You know, I was 7, 8, you know, when he really started to, you know, blow up. And, you know, just watching him play, you know, the smaller, not the fastest, not the strongest, obviously not the biggest, but just how he played, the grit he played with, his relentless attitude, and just the way he played just really, really caught my eye and was something that I admired and something that I wanted to, was the way I wanted to play.
Sure.
So obviously, like, I shaped my game towards him, and, you know, I wear those red gloves because he wore red cutter's gloves, and that was his thing. So
wow,
I'm trying to, you know, carry it on.
I bet not everybody at the bar knew that. And I had a feeling, just knowing
I mean, our
what I know.
colors are burgundy and gold, and I'm wearing red.
And listen, I'm not against it. I'm so proud of you because I know exactly who it is at all times. With an old man's eyes like I have now, I'm sitting there, I'm like, there he is. There's Lindstrom.
Yeah.
But then you do the things that you do, and nobody can ever doubt who it was. I mean, you could be wearing 93, and we would still know that it's Shane Lindstrom down there.
Right.
So, I mean, we talk about your dad, obviously part of the school. You've been a part of the South Range team forever. This is a special year for you guys. You're undefeated. We talked to Coach, you know, one of a handful of teams that's still undefeated. What pride does that take as being a senior that's leading this and kind of picking up? I mean, I know it's something we don't talk about, but you guys haven't lost since Niles back in 19. I mean, you don't want to drop the ball now, right?
No. You know, it feels great. You know, our freshman year, you know, we were good. And, you know, it was that seniors team. Then our sophomore year, you know, we were undefeated in the regular season. And it was that seniors team. Yeah. And then same thing last year. So to be able to, you know, carry on the the standard that these past seniors have set for us. It's been special, and it's something that we're very proud of. But we know we're not done, and we're not at where we want to be in continuing off into the playoffs.
You guys are incredible. I mean, when people look at you, they sit there and they go, okay, well, Gerard's really good. They're going to give South Range their best punch. You guys get everybody's best punch every single week. Does it ever get old? Or do you just, hey, we want everybody's best punch?
Exactly. Like Coach says, we have a big target on our back, and, we like that. We know that we're going to get every team's best every week. And so we know we have to play our best. And, last week we played our best, and, it showed with how we played and, with the score. And we're looking forward to this week to playing our best.
Big lights on last week. I mean, you guys are game of the week. There's a ton of media there. There's a ton of people saying, this is the game, this is the game, this is the game. You guys show up, and before you know it, it was lights out.
Right.
What's it like on the sidelines? I mean, did you guys get extra amped for that? I mean, it seems like after that Struthers game, this is the most locked in I've seen a Raider team in years.
Yeah, I mean, the sideline, we're all amped up, but amped up when we're on the sideline, amped up even when we're jogging out to the field, we're amped up. But also when we're on the field, we're not, just going crazy and just running around. We're focused. We know what we have to do, and the coaches do an amazing job throughout the week of preparing us, for what we're going to get. And it's just a great feeling. I kind of forgot what was the last question you said.
No, I mean, is it something where, is the moment ever going to be too big for you guys?
I don't think so. I mean, I truly feel that, our team, with the experience that we've had, and, like I said, the past 3 years, we've had big games, and we've seen how South Range football is supposed to be played in those big games. So again, like I said, the standard that was set by the past senior groups, it's really helped us, and it's something that we want to pass on.
Standard is the standard, right? That's a
Right.
Steeler thing. I don't know if you know that as a Patriot fan. From where you're sitting, man, I mean, you've got some great guys around you. Over there, you got Aiden, seems like you guys are all – Did anybody else catch that wave? Do that one more time. Man, see that. Look at that. You guys know each other. I mean, you almost know what each other's thinking from that standpoint. How nice is it to line up with a guy that's willing to go get the ball wherever it is and know that you're right there on the other side or on the same side?
Yeah, there's absolutely no other receiver partner that I would rather have than him. I mean, all the way, from obviously how he plays, but I mean, he's actually not actually, but he's really, really smart. And sometimes if I don't know play, I'll be like, Aiden, what am I supposed to do? He'll be like, do this. And I'm like, all right, thanks. And, so just having that, he's literally like a coach on the field. So it's really nice, to play, against him. And also, he's a big guy. He's a deep threat. So, they're focused on him. And then it leaves me room to get open, and then vice versa. So I think we complement each other really, really well. And again, there's no other receiver I'd rather play with.
It's one of those things where we always see the pictures of him holding you up and you're flexing.
Yeah.
Is there ever a chance that Aiden scores a touchdown and you lift him up? And what does that look like?
I'll try. It won't look pretty, but I mean, maybe the adrenaline of the moment will make it look better.
I love it. Last question I have for you. We're going to end on all these questions here tonight. I mean, you got people here that love the burgundy and gold. I know you're certainly proud of it. What does it mean to you to be a Raider?
It means everything. I mean, I came to this school when I was, going to the third grade. And, I think it was one of the best decisions, my parents, have made. Obviously, when they first told me, I wasn't too happy. I was in second grade. I didn't want to leave my friends. But, looking back, I mean, it's just an amazing school. It's an amazing community, the people, the students, the teachers, the coaches, obviously,
right.
Everyone. It means so much. And, everyone cares. And it's crazy that I get to go to this school where it's the school that it is. I have friends from other schools.
Sure.
They'll talk to me about their school. And I'm like, wow, that sucks. I wouldn't want to go there. But we don't really have, I mean, obviously we have problems at South Range. Who doesn't? But it's just a great school. And again, an amazing community.
Last question I have for you. We're placing bets right now. Who's going to talk more, Jake or Aiden?
I'm going to go Jake will talk more.
Okay.
Once Jake gets going, there's no stopping.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm ready for it.
But
under on how many words Aiden says during his interview?
I'm gonna go maybe 3-4 word responses the whole time.
All right. But, challenge met. Challenge accepted. Shane Lindstrom, proud of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll be back with Jake Starkey right after this on YSN.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Right here where you live. You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Legends here in Boardman, Ohio. DJ Yoakley with you. Thanks to everybody for coming out. The Raider Nation has shown up in big, big fashion, as always. Here at Legends, I want to thank Rick and Jimmy and all the waitresses and wait staff that have been awesome tonight. The food is excellent. The drinks are cold. That's the way you want them. I got Coca-Cola over here. I'm not trying to get crazy. But a guy that is trying to get crazy on the football field each and every Friday, this guy next to me, Jake Starkey. Jake, let's start from a standpoint of being a senior for this team that you've just loved being on for so long. You've been used in so many different capacities. Do you have a favorite part of being a Raider that you want to start? We'll just start the interview there.
Favorite thing I like, being a Raider is just all the excitement on the football field. I love it. When you get to share that with your teammates, it's like the best thing in the world to me. Makes you happy.
And it should make you happy. You guys are very, very good. You're undefeated. I mean, when you took the field on Friday, that's a team in Girard that they wanted it. They wanted you guys bad. What was the mentality for you going in? Because you had an explosive game, my friend.
I mean, going in, we had to execute. These guys are good. We knew these guys were good. Before then, I told everybody, this week has got to be a grind. We're good. They're good too. But we got to execute this week. And going into that, that's how we set the tone that day.
So setting the tone, that's big for you guys, obviously, from that standpoint. You want to be able to start with a big punch, counter punch, and put them against the ropes. Now, when you are running across, I've always wanted to ask you this, and maybe your parents want to know this too, because this has to be table talk at dinner. When you're going across the face of Skirpak, are you ever nervous, the ball's going to come out and it's going to hit off of you and just go fumbling away? I'm always nervous. I'm like, man, go, 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 go. In my head, how do you do that? You guys are always on time.
I mean,
I don't know. I wasn't that guy. Believe it or not, I was a lineman and a kicker, so this never had to happen to me.
I mean, most of the time, I don't even catch the ball.
I know.
Going out there, I didn't think I was going to catch it.
It's incredible. I mean, from your standpoint, are you ever nervous that, it's the ball, the play is just going to, because it's timing. It's everything for you is timing when you're coming across the edge. That doesn't make you nervous at all?
I mean,
It makes me nervous. It has to make your parents nervous.
Everything makes me nervous. You know, like when doing you have to make sure you're doing your assignment right, and it has to be good because it's just not going to look good.
Are you relying on Billy for a lot of that? Are you just kind of putting your life in his hands a little bit?
I mean, I guess a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of it's going to be
timed off of you.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Me.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So you said a lot of things make you nervous. Does this make you nervous right now?
Yeah, more than you think.
What are you? Well done. What are your fears?
My fears?
Yeah, like what are you afraid of? Halloween's right around the corner. Clowns? Are you afraid of clowns?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm afraid of clowns.
Found him.
Yeah.
Are you?
It depends. Yeah.
Like if you walked outside right now and a clown was there, would you get nervous? Would you get scared?
Yeah, I would.
What other things? Snakes? Are you afraid of snakes?
It depends.
Do you like if you saw a snake outside, would you pick it up?
How big is it? Let's just say that.
It doesn't matter. I'm scared of snakes.
I don't know. I mean,
if it was a garter snake.
No, I would pick it up.
If it was a boa constrictor in the woods.
Oh, I wouldn't touch it.
Okay. Fair enough. What other things are you scared of heights?
No, I mean, yeah, I am. I think everyone is afraid of heights.
Like, can you remember the times that you were afraid most?
No.
No? That's interesting. Like, from a standpoint of your fears, like, what has helped you overcome some of the fears on the football field?
Like just keep on reminding myself, just remember what you have to do on the football field. Remember your assignment. Remember what your job is, and you're going to do fine. Put 100% effort in what you do, and then it'll take you from there.
You come from a football family, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Your dad is a G, scares the living heck out of me. Talk to me about, the importance of having your dad in your life and being able to.
My dad he's awesome. He's helped me so much with football. Every time I come back home from practice, he's like, hey, let's watch some film. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like, I don't think I would be as good as I am today if it weren't for him. And a lot of what I do really comes from him. Like, I'm just really thankful for that.
That's awesome. That's a great answer, Dad. From a standpoint, all right. So there's Dad, and then there's Mom.
Mom. She's just, let's just say she's the biggest fan. How about that? She's my biggest fan. I'll just say that. Yeah.
That works.
She's a huge supporter of me, Luke, especially Drew.
Yeah.
Especially Drew.
Can we start there with Drew? Because we'll get Luke last, but
all right. Yeah.
Drew's my guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's my spirit animal, my guy. He hit a baseball this summer that I'm pretty sure hit the meteor over the weekend. I mean, he is an unbelievable, and he looks up to both you and Luke so much. What does it mean to have your little brother look up to you? Now, obviously, you have to put him in his place sometimes, but what does it mean to have him look up to you so much?
I mean, it really means a lot. Like, seeing him be really successful at baseball, wrestling, it just means that's coming from me and Luke, and it's awesome seeing him succeed. It makes me happy.
How cool. Awesome. He wants to be a South Range Raider. I talked to him. This is legit from believe it or not, this is from Drew.
All right.
He wants to be a South Range Raider because of you and Luke. Like, how does that – I know how it made me feel. Like, I started to well up. How does it make you feel?
I mean, thinking about it right now, I mean that's awesome. I pretty much tells me that I did my job right. And Luke, too. I mean, he's not even done yet. He's still going. And, he's going to keep that going on for Drew the next couple of years or so.
All right, let's get to Luke. I mean, obviously a bad situation, but you were there, and Coach said you took it harder than Luke did from a standpoint of you were just looking forward to playing with your brother this year and having a good year, a big year.
Right. Yeah.
When it happened, what was going through your mind?
I couldn't accept the fact that I was no longer going to be able to play with Luke, because seeing Luke on a football field, I was always excited for him. Like, on kickoff, on defense. He made that pick on the university. I was like, wow, I can't believe he did that. Like, I never did that my sophomore year in a varsity game. Like, it's crazy just thinking about that. And like And now, like, realizing that he's out for the rest of the year, it's just hard for me. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but, like, I have his number on the back of my helmet.
That's awesome.
I, like, just, you know, that way a part of him is still on the field and just going to carry it on from there. But, like, it's been super hard for me, especially my family.
Yeah.
You know, like, it was devastating for all of us. But, like, I love seeing Luke on the football field. Makes me happy.
So when you see him and you're picking each other up constantly, do you think Drew could finally take Luke, or do you think?
No, not yet. Not yet. Drew's got to get a little bigger first.
And only the Starkeys know how to do that. You guys are unbelievable. One of my favorite families in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Starkey, thank you very much, brother. Great job. Great job. We'll be back with Aiden Leon and all 43 words right after this on YSN.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clem. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller. Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience, WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Legends here in Boardman for the South Range Show. We are joined at this time by one of the tallest cats on the entire roster, one of the most skilled cats on the entire roster, and one of the most quiet cats on the entire roster. We're going to change that up here tonight. Aiden Leon, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for 24. Aiden, this has been a stellar year for you, but you've had a stellar career. I mean, what things do you have on your kind of personal hit list, so to speak, that you want to do? I know it's hard to talk about when you guys are all about the team, but from your standpoint, what things do you want to do? You've already got the Moss catches. You've already got everything that goes with that. What things do you want to do, and what do you want to accomplish?
Oh, there's not much that I want to accomplish, really. I mean, we've done it all. I mean, we haven't lost a game since our freshman year, like in the regular season, and that's big. But like for this year, like the main goal is like go win the state championship, mainly for Coach Yeagley because he's just never been there, and that's something that like, we deserve to give back to him for everything he's done for us.
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing. I think that guy would be pretty happy over there, smiling right now with that answer. Number one, but number two, to win a state championship, and we're a long ways from home. What would it mean to you and your legacy at South Range?
I mean, it would mean everything to us because like we've had the teams. Coach Rock's been there. I mean, they were a talented group, but I think like we can do it, and like we all believe in ourselves. We just have to play Raider football and get there and do it together.
You've been a part of some really, really good teams here. I mean, from your freshman year on up, why would this team be your favorite team of all the teams you've been a part of?
It's be my favorite because like we get to watch like the underclassmen grow up almost. Like last year's freshmen, they're not freshmen anymore. They're the sophomores, and they're out there contributing. Because like for Raider football, you don't rebuild. We grow. Like we have people join the family, they don't leave the family. Like we still have like Rocco texting us, Michael texting us. They're texting us every week, telling us good luck. Like that's family. You're not just like letting them go. They're still there.
What is it like to look on the sidelines? Even, I mean, you look at Levi, he was a Raider. Most of your coaches are in the school. I mean, there's a little bit of a safety net there because these guys know what you're going through on a daily basis. What's it like for you to be able to always look to the sidelines and have that family? I mean, you've got a great family by your own, but now you've got part of that Raider family. I mean, they got your back always.
Right. There's nothing like it. Like if you ever need anything, you can talk to any of them because like they've all been through it. They've been there, and like we don't have like a lot of outsiders there. It's just one big family, and that's how it just stays almost.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, and this is going to be breaking news for them. But you and I have known each other a long time because you hung out at your brother's men's softball league games for the East Palestine Patriots that I was a part of. So I've known you for a long time. So I got to ask you the question, just because I want to bust your brother's chops a little bit. Who's the better athlete in their prime, you or your brother? But I kind of have advantage him because you're not in your prime yet, quite honestly.
I mean, right, but like everything he did was great. I mean, he went out there and won a state championship in the high jump, all Ohio for football, basketball, could have gone anywhere. But like, as far as he was, like obviously he was tall, but like he didn't have like the strength, I want to say, because he was strong, but like he didn't have the speed either. But I mean, I model myself after him because like he's everything I could ever want to be.
That's awesome. I mean, you come from an awesome family. Jake has done so well for himself from everything he's done. You say you want to model yourself after him. I mean, is that as a man, as an athlete, as a father, as husband? What part of it, or is it all of it?
There's all of it. Like, I mean, he's always there if I need him, and like, if I ever need anything, like, I mean, I'm sure he's been through it already. So,
has he ever told you that if you're going to go into home, that you should slide?
Oh, I think his shoulder taught us that one.
This is a very special team. I mean, the Girard game, take me through your mentality going onto that field. You guys, I don't want to say you're underdogs, but I felt like for the first time in I don't know how long, people were counting you guys out. Did it feel like that in the locker room the way it did? Like, and listen, I'm just an East Palestine boy, but for some reason I take this South Range stuff really personal. Did it feel like you guys were being counted out?
I mean, it didn't feel like we were counted out. It just seems like we had that bad game against Struthers, which, I mean, you can't call it a bad game because we powered through it. We made mistakes, but every team makes mistakes. We just happened to make them mistake after mistake. But, like, going into the game, like, we knew we were ready. We had the big win over Poland. That was a big confidence boost. And, like, just to hear people saying we don't have a chance, like, that's just adding more fuel to the fire at that point.
You are a competitive man. I mean, and I mean a man. I mean, you are a man-child out on that field. Why the competitiveness? Like, what makes you the competition drive you and kind of burn in your soul?
I mean, like, I just hate to lose. Like, I'm not used to it, I guess. Like, even growing up, we didn't really lose games.
Fair enough. What do you want to do after school? I mean, there's a lot of things that you want to do, and there's a lot of directions that you can go right now, and recruiters are knocking on the door, and everybody's watching and asking for tape and asking for this. What do you want to do?
I don't know what I want to do, really. I mean, I just want to live in the moment for now, I guess.
Now, I heard a rumor that you were down at the Kentucky YSU game. What was that like?
It was just awesome to be down there, get to watch the game. I mean, even since they were playing YSU, I mean, you get to see like Mitch Davidson down there and just some of those guys.
Were you were on the sideline?
We were like 3 rows up from the east end zone.
Wow, and that place was rocking. I heard.
Yeah.
Very cool. Can you see yourself playing on Saturdays?
I'd love to play on Saturdays.
Okay, here's your 30-second elevator pitch. There's the camera. All right. Now, this is real talk. So whether you're going to play on Saturdays or you're going for a job, they're going to ask you for an elevator pitch. Tell that camera why they should pick Aiden Leon to come play for them.
I mean, like, as a person, I'm just all about the team. Like, I don't ever want to be selfish on the field because that's not how I am in real life. But, like, in order for teams to be successful, you have to be, like, together. And, like, I love seeing people together. So, like, I do my best to keep everyone together.
Another great Raider, ladies and gentlemen, Aiden Leon, wrapping up this show. Thanks again to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody out here. And thanks certainly to everybody here at Legends. Aiden, congratulations. Go get it on Friday, young man. That's going to do it for our show. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time from Legends here next Tuesday, 7:30. Same bat time, same bat channel right here on YSN.